Hey guys, this is Shane and welcome to my Curator of the Lost channel. Today, let's talk about when, kind of your expectations, you go to a sale and you think it's going to be awesome, or you go to a thrift store and you think it's going to be awesome and you don't really find anything, and then you go to something else and you don't have as many expectations and you find some really good stuff. This is kind of like a tale of two halls is what we'll call it. So, hey, I appreciate your view. I look forward to your comments, and I hope you'll find the stuff I found helpful for you. And you're, training your eyes, seeing what works in my store, and what could work in your store, and things you could be on the lookout for. And as always, hey, subscribe. We'll keep doing this and see what happens. So with that, let's jump right in. So last week I had went to a thrift store. I was in an area of town on the other side of town that I don't go to much, and there's a thrift store that I had not been to in a long time, and they had totally redone their book room, and I was so excited. And then I went to an estate sale that it had tons of glassware and collectible stuff, but it had just a few books, but it was kind of in the same area, so I stopped by, and I'm like, maybe I'll find something. And again, this was a tale of two hauls. So at first, I'll show you the thrift store that I was so excited about, and let you see what it was like, and then kind of a ride along. So and then I'll show you what I got. So here's the new book room at this thrift store that I haven't been to in a while. It's like a Catholic Charities bookstore, and they've redone the whole store, and it's huge. And when I hadn't seen this new book room and I saw it, I was like, man, this is so exciting. There you just see from that intro view how much stuff is there. And as I'm going through, I see how they've got it organized. There's autobiographies. I thought maybe this Walt Disney book would be good. It wasn't. But then as I'm looking, there's just shelf after shelf of fiction. There's a pretty big religious section, but I didn't see any older Bibles or anything like I normally pull from there. And the prices are good. You can see some of the price labels, like hardbacks are $1. The small paperbacks are like a quarter. Larger paperbacks are 25 cents. They've got some games, the National Geographics, every once in a while I'll cherry pick those. And then there were two shelves, and this is normally where I would find my books, where I find my money. It's like on the historical, the nonfiction. So there just wasn't many of those. They're just, as I'm going through it, I thought, maybe the Swing Era book, this is just the stuff that was catching my eye as I'm scanning it. There just wasn't much there. You can see the shelves here weren't just packed. Then there was this book on New Orleans, like the Archdiocese, after Katrina. It didn't turn out to be much, like, $5, $6, $7, not worth it for me for the size and just condition. And I thought maybe this piloting book, some of the older Bowditch books, I think it's called Bowditch, the sailing, navigation's good. Then they had this whole other room, and again, there's the price list. I'm lucky to have that kind of pricing. Cookbooks, it was just a lot of stuff that, for me, it didn't just jump out. Lots of movies, CDs, there were a few games over by the window, right there. Then there was a section for music. Sometimes I find great things in music. The albums were nothing. A magazine section. All right, so in all of that possibility, I found one item. And the one item I found was in the games over by the window and kind of the little out room with the albums and stuff. There was a Mario Kart game. It was in great condition. It has the manual, everything there. They wanted, I think it was $2 for their Wii games. And this Mario game, Mario Kart, it'll bring, shipping included, somewhere in that 25 to 30 range. So for $2, this was a good find. But this was the only thing I found. All those little books that I pointed out as I was going through, those were things that just, quickly scanning were catching my eye. Everything I pulled, they were resell on eBay. It was $5, $6. It just really wasn't enough there to, if you take, I pay $1 for them and just eBay fees. It just wasn't something that was worth enough profit for me to deal with. They just weren't high enough profit. So I found one thing, Mario Kart. So that's all from that one. So then I went to stop by this estate sale, And it was late in the day, and I wasn't expecting anything. And I went in, but it was the first day of the sale. And the people that lived there must have, they said weren't resellers, but they just collected everything. Every room had shelves, just shelves everywhere. And I found a few books, and then I found a ton of scale model HO railroad buildings. All right, so let me. It was kind of crowded, and I didn't really feel comfortable filming it, but I did take a video of a couple of the rooms just to give you a feel for how things were stacked up. And these shelves were not shelves from the auction place or the estate sale. These shelves were like this in every room. It was what they lived with, what it was like. So I'll show you that. So here's the room where I found all of the models, and you'll see some stacked up where I'd already found some books. I didn't find any of the albums, but stuff was piled everywhere. Some of these rooms, every room had shelves, and not from the estate sale company, but from the people that had been in the house. And that's they just bought stuff, and it was everywhere. All right, so you saw my stack of stuff, and I had some books underneath, and I'll show you the books, and then, but these train things, and they were kind of, I showed you this one, and it's this classic miniatures, and there's a ton of them. I bought like 15 of them. They were $8 a piece. The nearest I can tell, here's another brand. The nearest I can tell, these list and sell for the $35 to $40 range. Now, see, here's one that the box is dirty. It'll clean up, but you can see it's this hardware store. This one's a different one. It's this different brand, and what you'll see, here was a saloon, and I'll open one of them up. These look to be unused. See, here's the paper. Things were still in plastic bags. They had the directions. There's all the, if you can see it down in here, there's like all the balsa wood stuff in there. So I took these at, being how they were packaged. I've had some good luck with models, some automotive models in the past, vintage ones. Again, I look in this brand up. I see them selling for about $40. I had $8 in them. This other brand, this Rubbles brand, again, the box is different, as you can see, and they actually have, it's like little ceramic pieces that make it. It's all supposed to be HO scale. See, there's the directions. They're all packed. They still have the old rubber bands around them, right? So I'll have to go through these, clean up the boxes. I'll have to look at the directions and do a quick inventory of the pieces and make sure that they're complete. Again, I bought like 15 of them. There was another brand here. It was this this Evergreen scale models, kind of similar thing. They were all, again, original papers. See all the stuff in the bags. I think this is a good deal. All right. I think that, if I got $8 in them, a little bit of sweat equity cleaning them up and just making sure, because I don't want to sell them to somebody and they be incomplete. I got, again, 15 of them. That's just like a third of them. Won't bore you with the rest of them, but if I can sell them for $35 or $40, and that's usually plus shipping on top of that, this will be, I'll make at least 20 something dollars each on them. That'll be, I paid like $129 on everything I bought in this sale, and those alone, I should be able to, make on order of like $300 profit, from those. The other book things I found, I'll show you one other thing that I was going along, and I saw this. I'm like, what is a bad dog biter? And it was outside on some tables. I still don't know what a bad dog biter is. And you can see that there's this thing. It was $3. You can tell on the price tag, right? And I'm still not sure what this bad dog biter is. You can see the few things have little rusted pieces on them. These sell for about $40. Sold comps on this thing. Again, I didn't know what this was, but it jumped out at me when I saw it just because of the name and the graphic. I'll put some rubbing oil on that. What had happened, this sale had a huge rain here like 2 days before, and I think they had everything out, and even though they had it tarped, water got up in it, and just that little bit of water caused that. So I'll clean it up, but I may have to list it, say that there's a little bit of rust on it. The big pieces didn't look like it was bad. I think even with that, I can get, $25 or $30 for this, so plus shipping. So I'm still not sure what that is, but anyway, it'll sell. Then on the book front, the things I got, they did have a few books, but it was a lot of things. They were like these 100-year-old books, and they wanted like $400 or $500 for them, like these sets, and it just wasn't. I thought they were overpriced, but not meat on the bone or anything. I think they were just way overpriced. Even if they go to the 50% off day, it was going to be nothing there. But I did find this Jane Eyre, Charlotte Bronte. It's Easton Press, the great, nice Easton Press with no names or labels or anything in it. They wanted $12 for the leather ones. They only had like 4 or 5 of them. This one, even though it was $12, sells for that $30 to $40 range. So I cherry picked this one. Even though I paid $12 for it, I'll still make good on it. Then regular hardbacks were $2 at this sale. Paperbacks were $1. I found the Spear reloading manual. This is one of these be on the lookout for type things. Not this exact thing, but reloading manuals in general. Reloading, black powder, anything like that. I've got sold comps on this for this exact one for like $25. This is like a 1967, so the old stuff's still good on this. There's an aluminum design for $1. A lot of times it's structural aluminum type stuff. I didn't have comps on this, but this should sell at least 10, maybe $15, so that's good. Here's this one, Sunshine and Song. It's an older edition of a songbook, and I saw some list comps on this for like $30. I didn't have sold comps on it, but I thought it was good enough to pick. And then here was Skip Bombing. This is one, again, I think this is it's Skip Bombing. It had a message, a note to the original owner from the author, so that was kind of cool. And this should be, it's also flat signed there by the author. It's pretty cool. And it's, about, World War II actual bombings. The guy was, probably a pilot. And this is probably $30, $40 book. I didn't have sold comps on that one and that like that. Then I found this World of Barns section of genealogy. I couldn't find anything on this, but for $1, this is something I love to put in my store, genealogy kind of references. And then I found this on a side bookshelf. It was this two book set of Da Vinci's notebooks. They're the real oversized edition. They got a little bit of fading on the edges, but they're really nice shape. $1 each, and I should be able to get $15, $20 for them. I just thought they were cool. Wanted to look at them first and then sell them. So that's it. I kind of had my expectations backwards. When I went into this estate sale, from the photos they had posted online, I wasn't expecting much. I found a decent. I don't know. There's about 10 books. This Bad Dog Biter and all these train things. Spent $120, and I think I've got good return potential of probably $400 to $500 profit when I sell all this stuff. But then not expecting much on that. But then on the thrift store that I hadn't been to in a while, and then when I walked in and I saw all of the space that they had redone, I thought, man, I'm gonna kill it here. And I found one Wii game. So a tale of two halls. Sometimes you just got to take what the sale, take what the store gives you, and that's what you run with. So anyway, hope you enjoyed that. Hopefully you enjoyed the little bit different thing for me, where I had some video of when I was out, and so you can kind of see the area, see some of the pricing in the wild. I'll try to do that maybe a little more to when possible, so you can kind of see the method to the madness maybe. So if there's interest in that. So anyway, you guys take it easy. Later. Bye.